Can you please tell us something about the Indaba Chardonnay and the Indaba Merlot?
The Indaba Chardonnay, I think, is probably the kingpin of the range, being that it's the largest volume that we produce. We work with a producer from Robertson that grow. What they have in Robertson is they got this Karoo limestone soil with lime in it, and we all know limestone, any limestone soil and Chardonnay just works fantastically well together. And this producer almost produced 80% of the Indaba Chardonnay, and so what you find in that Indaba Chardonnay is that you get that beautiful citrus and lime, that sort of yellow fruit flavors, and this wine just have a beautiful balance. We moved away from using a lot of oak. We only use about 3 to 5% barrel component, which is very small, but we usually, that barrel component is quite intense because we use it from the previous vintage. So for 2014 we would use the 2013 barrel component that's been in barrel for about a year. So you just get that slight butterscotchy vanilla oak flavor, but it is very pleasant. It's not dominating. I think even with a wine like Indaba, which is at a lower price point, the value is just exceptional, and so it's a larger volume brand, but we make it with a boutique mindset.
Yeah.
I suppose that's what they asked me.
Yes, it certainly do. And the Merlot, please?
Look, Merlot in South Africa is a difficult customer. There's not really any producer that consistently produce top quality Merlot. You find individuals that do in certain vintages. So I must say that's a big challenge, but I accepted it. I like challenges. So we've spent a lot of time in getting Merlot what we want it to be, and what you expect from a Merlot is that plushness, so that plum, red plum, black plum on the nose, herbaceousness, that's almost oregano, thyme, rosemary. Please don't ever think herbaceousness as grassy green pepper, paprika. It's not. So when you have this herbaceousness in smaller sort of concentrations, is very positive. It adds to the complexity, and to have that mouth, that mid palate from Merlot, that plushness, and at the end you want that silky soft tannins and good freshness and acidity. I think what is important for me in any wine that I'm involved with or that I produce is that regardless if it's red or white, it must maintain its freshness.
Yeah. And you're more fond of the Mosaic then, the Bordeaux blend?
That's a very exciting project. They came to me about 3 years ago and they said, Bruwer, we want to create a blend and you must go and do it. So they did give me free rein, and I pretty much applied the same method that we use for the Emma de Compostela. I applied to the Mosaic. So we go every year, we find beautiful components, we taste it all blind, and then whatever comes first, you know, that's what we use most of. It happened to be Cabernet Sauvignon for the last 3 vintages, but there is varieties, like there was one year Merlot was very close. We had last year for the 2013, we used almost 20% Petit Verdot, which was beautiful, lovely Petit Verdot. So we really, there's no sort of preconceived idea what in Mosaic should be like. It should just be the best from that vintage.
It's a great adventure to make it each year.
Yeah, and it's been extremely successful in the market. I mean, I think everybody's eyes sort of blink twice when they taste the wine and they see the price.
That's one of the wonderful things that you do with Indaba Wines. You make fantastic wines for a very, very low price.
Yeah, I think it was a personal challenge for me as well, because, you know, in Raats Family Wines and in Winemaker Raats, I made small special pockets and of very high quality wine, and you know, now I had an opportunity to see if I can do it in a larger volume. So I must say, for me, I've enjoyed the project very much, being involved with Indaba, and so far so good.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Raats. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you.